What happened?
It's really hard for this. I'll reach out to this guy.
Okay. Okay, Akhilam, you want to start the prayer?
Yes, Raghuji, Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om.
Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभृद्ज्ञानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Today I am going to summarize for slokas 33, 34 and 35 of Hamsa Gita. Shloka 33. The waking, dream and deep sleep state belong to the ego and are produced by the gunas. They are falsely projected on the self due to ignorance. By listening, Shravana, to the teachings of the great masters and by reflecting on the same, Manana, one's knowledge is getting sharp. Knowledge destroys ego, thus destroys confusion. Once ego is destroyed, one abides in the Lord, the self within. The world is perceived, drishtam, and is therefore inert, jadam. It is impermanent, nashtam. It perishes as we perceive it, drashta nashta swabhava. A tip of light, fire band, is rotated to create innumerable patterns, changing moment to moment. Even though the patterns change in the medium of time and space, the tip remains constant. It is always one, even though it appears as many. Similarly, the mind, world, and life are extremely fickle. They assume innumerable forms and change constantly, creating new styles, patterns, relationships, and complexities. But it is the one consciousness alone that appears as the manifold world. It remains unchanging, just as the patterns of the fireband are false, the plurality of the world too is false. The plurality is created by Maya, which has the power to project that which does not really exist and hide what actually exists. The force of Maya is very strong. Our mind remains focused on the patterns of the world and we miss the light of consciousness. The saint's advice is give the world its due importance and do not ignore the world, but do not give undue importance. We get depressed when we allow the world to pressurize us. We get too impressed when we give an event or a person undue importance. Knowing that all is false, we should not let anything depress or impress us. Shloka 35. All scriptures and great men advise us to give up cravings and clingings and clinging attachments for worldly pleasures, things, and beings, as any form of dependency is a cause of sorrow. We must learn to withdraw our mind from the world and redirect it within. When the mind starts enjoying the bliss within, all the extrovertedness ends. A person attains a state of deep contemplation, nirvikalpa samadhi. When such a realized person comes out of his meditation, even though he perceives the world and interacts with it, he is no longer deluded, attracted, or bound. Na brahmaya bhavet. He remains unaffected by the world. His actions no longer produce any vasanas. The wise man admires his reflection, knowing that the seer and the seen are one and that the otherness is an illusion. For a realized master, the body continues to live and perform actions due to the momentum of past actions, prarabdha avastha, and the condition of the body and the mind do not bind him, and the world does not delude him. Such a person is called liberated while living or a Jivan Mukta. Hari Om.
Very nice. So you can see how beautifully the flow of thought given by the Hamsa Bhagavan to the questions of the Sanat Kumaras that gave him the Gnanam by, by the Shravanam, and the reflection, the Mananam is also done by Bhagavan himself. Any possible doubts were being explained and gradually got into Nididhyasanam, assertion of my real nature. Ignorant man thinks I am the body, but the realized man knows I am not the body, I am the consciousness. Only looking through the prism of the body, the world looks multiple and dual. But when we withdraw our mind, come from the senses, the mind is completely aware of its own self, the pure consciousness. So, so that's what is being said next. How the man of realization looks upon his body. It's just like we look at upon our car as I am not the car, same way we will see that one. देहं च नश्वरमविस्थितमुत्थितं वा देहं च नश्वरमवस्थितमुत्थितं वा सिद्धो न पश्यति यतः सिद्धो न यश्यति सतः अध्यगमत् अध्यगमत्स्वरूपम् अध्यगमत्स्वरूपम् दैवादपेतमुत दैववशदुपेतम् दैवादपेतमुत दैववशादुपेतम् वासो यथा परिकृतं मदिरामधान्धः वासो यथा परिकृतं मदिरामधान्धः. Let's chant continuously once more. देहं च नश्वरम् अवस्थितमुत्थितं वा सिद्धो न पश्यति यथोऽध्यमगमत् स्वरूपं दैवादपेतमुत दैववशमुपेतं वासो यथा परिकृतं मदिरामधान्धः. Okay, you want to read the word for word meaning and the translation, Amma?
Yes, Rugiji. Nashwaram cha deham, and of the perishing body, avasthitam, utthitam va, whether it is standing or sitting. Siddhaha, a man of realization, na pashyati, is unaware of the various states of yataha adhyagamat, who has come to know swarupam, his own nature, daivat, by the force of prarabdha, fate, apetam, or has gone, uta, or Daiva Vashat, by the force of fate, Upetam has come, Parikritam Vasaha, is unmindful of the upper cloth he wears, Yatha, just as Madira Madirama Dandaha, a person intoxicated due to excessive drinking. Just as a person intoxicated due to excessive drinking is unmindful of the upper cloth he wears, a man of realization who has come to know his real nature is unaware of the perishing body, whether it is standing or sitting, whether by the force of fate, prarabdha, it has gone or come.
Yeah. Want to comment?
I can only think of some of the yogis that I have seen in Tiruvannamalai outside of Ramanashramam. And they will be sitting there just like beggars, and people will go give them food. They don't even know what to eat. I remember one yogi gave me the inside of the banana and he ate the peel. I think he was a man who was self realized. He didn't even know. He was enjoying the peel as much as I was enjoying the banana.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to see it and understand and have the what you call the benefit of getting a blessing from that person like that. So very nice, very good example.
I just want to add the story I remembered with Vidura and Krishna. Sri Krishna is visiting Vidura, and Vidura is enchanted, and he is trying to feed Sri Krishna with a banana. And at least in a movie, I think I saw that. Oh, we read about the he peels the banana and gives, instead of giving the fruit, he gives banana peel to Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna eats it with gusto because it's given by Vidura. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was reminded.
exactly. So Bhagavan is showing uh, that he doesn't care what is given, but what feeling it is given, like Shabari. Okay, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we should be very neglectful of what we do. We should do our best, but do it with so much devotion, and the rest of it, Bhagavan, even if there is made a mistake by accident, that Bhagavan oversees all that. So, but at the same time, I feel that we should remember that, Chinmanda Swamiji doesn't behave like that, so he must not be realized. So we should not derive that kind of conclusions. Okay. So realized man can appear like a gruhastha, like a uh, drunken man, or you know, just like a sannyasi, dealing with people and teaching and learning and all that. Okay. So the realized man can come in all forms. Only when you get to know that person, and if you are also of a pure mind, then you will be able to recognize the person. So, okay, Anjaneyulu sir, you want to read the commentary?
Sure, Raghuji. An intoxicated person lives in his own world. He has little awareness of his body and the surroundings. He may be lying in the gutter and shouting that he is the king of kings. He remains unmindful of the condition of the clothes he wears. They may drop away or be on him, be in good or bad condition. He has no anxiety to hold on to them or throw them away. He remains high in his state of intoxication despite the condition of his clothes, body, or surroundings. He sees his entire world through his intoxicated vision.
To
Shall I
finish it up.
start? Okay. Similarly, the man of realization, intoxicated with the knowledge of his true nature, is unmindful of the condition of the body. He has no sentimental attachment born of long intimate association to it. The body may drop off suddenly or gradually. It may be healthy or unhealthy, ugly or beautiful. He has no anxiety in retaining or sustaining it. Like with a vehicle he uses to carry on his work, feeds it when hungry, bathes it with dirty, and rests it when tired. This analogy between an intoxicated man and a realized master is not to be extended beyond its purpose. It is given only to give us some idea of the wise man's attitude to the world and his own body, mind, intellect. A devotee inquired after Puja Gurudev's health. He whispered back, "Don't talk loudly. The body, being inert, doesn't know it is unwell. I use it for whatever work I need from it. If it realizes it is not well, it will just lie around."
Yeah.
So this speaks of also Ramakrishna Paramahamsa when he was having a throat cancer and suffering and all. One of the devotee sees him so blissful and says, "How can you be so blissful?" Then Swami Sarvapriyananda often says that rascal got it. So like that.
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
so
So, deha, diha upachaye, that which is constantly perishing. But we don't realize that. Okay. They say in science that even from the childhood, the body is already going through uh, old age changes. Though we say, oh, it's growing slowly up to the age of 25, 30, and then it starts perishing. Not really. Okay. So, construction, destruction is going on, and the destruction or the senility gets accelerated in the later years. But we keep saying, I am this body, I am this body, I am this body, but which is constantly changing. That is the ignorant person, but the realized person realizes, I am that imperishable, unchanging, pure consciousness alone. Such as no beginning, no end. The body has a beginning, the body has an end. That is inert, that is not me. What is Shariram? Shiryate iti Shariram. That which is constantly perishing, changing. So, once, once your attachment to the body, the mind and the intellect goes away, then you are not care about what the condition of the body is, what the other people think about you, what they appreciate you or criticize you. Why? Oh, they are criticizing the body, criticizing the mind, criticizing the intellect, but I am not any of them. So, as we continue to mature and mature, then we see our reactions to the world of appreciation and criticism gradually becomes muted. So that's one of our signs of our spiritual growth. So how long does the body remain? As long as the prarabdha or they become along with the prarabdha of the body, mind, the intellect keeps it alive, and when the prarabdha is exhausted, the body is dropped. Then you get what you call videha mukti. It's really, he has already attained mukti. What happens to the body, he doesn't care. So just like in Vivek Chudamani, uh, Shankaracharya says it is like a dry leaf which falls in the fall season from the tree. Like that, it might fall in a gutter or it might fall in a Ganga river. It doesn't really matter to the realized man. So, because he is already has completely detached himself from the body. So that's what even in the, I think the second chapter Bhagavad Gita, the last verse says exactly the same thing. Let me read that last verse. He says, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Naina Prapya Vimuhyati Sthitwasmam Antakalepe Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. Such a state of the God realized soul, having reached this state, he becomes free of delusion. And established in this state, even at the last moment, he attains Brahmic bliss. So, anybody
But
want to add comment?
yeah, I just have, but that doesn't mean that even though they say that you should not, you don't have to worry about the body, but you have to take care about the body too, right? Any situation comes, you can, yeah, when something happened to your body, yeah, you can actually accept it. Otherwise, you should be taking care of. Then only you will, as here, right? Guruji says that,
Right,
I use it for whatever work I need from it.
right,
So
exactly.
that has to be very critical,
Right.
right?
Just a beautiful example compare, isn't it? An automobile. I'm not the automobile, but I take care of the automobile because whenever I need it, I need to use it properly. So I need to take care of it. Same way, the body is fed when it is hungry, and it is bathed when it is dirty, and rest is given when it is tired. Otherwise, keep on using it. Keep on using it. So,
Yeah, our Tantric class teacher says this is the kshetra. You are actually keeping your God there, so you keep it clean, you keep it healthy, as like a temple, right? That's what it
right, exactly, exactly. Very good. So Swamiji says, introduction to the next verse. We know that the body dies in spite of our best efforts to preserve it. Then will not the body of a man of realization wither away soon, if not cared for? The teaching of the Lord ends with the answer to that question. देहेऽपि दैववशगः खलु कर्म यावत् देहेऽपि दैववशगः खलु कर्म यावत् स्वारं स्वारम्भकं प्रतिसमीक्षित एव सासुः स्वारम्भकं प्रतिमभीक्षित एकसासुः तं सप्रपञ्चमधिरूढसमाधियोगः तं सप्रपञ्चमधिरूढसमाधियोगः स्वाप्नं पुनर्न भजते प्रतिबुद्धचस्तुः स्वप्नं पुनर्न भजते प्रतिबुद्धवस्तुः. Okay. Is Ashwin here today? No. Dr. Nuligaru? No. Okay. Is Girijama want to read? No, it's not Girijama. That is... okay. Karpagam. You want to read, Amma?
I cannot read the Sanskrit portion of it, the
Okay.
word.
I'll read the word for word meaning. Dehaha, the body. Sasuhu api, along with the pranas. The word sasu is a combination of two words. Sa asuhu. Api, along with the pranas. Daiva vashagaha khalu, since it is in the control of the prarabdha. Swarambhakam karma yavatu, as long as the karma, which is the cause of them, is there. That is the prarabdha karma. Pratisamikshate eva, it is alive. Tam saprapancham swapnam, to the world which is like a dream. Adhirudam Samadhi Yoga, the one who is firmly established in knowledge. Samadhi Yoga means It is absorbed into that once its own knowledge, that is Atman. Punahana bhajate. He does not again get attached to what? Pratibuddha vastuhu, and is awakened to that truth. So he is not attached to the body. Why? Because he has realized his real nature as Atman. Go ahead, Amma.
The body, along with the pranas, since it is in the control of the prarabdha destiny, prarabdha destiny is alive as long as the karma, result of past actions, which is the cause of them, is there. The one who is established in knowledge and is awakened to the truth does not again get attached to the world, which is like a dream.
Go ahead and read, continue.
From the above discussion, one may think that a man of realization lives generally in a state of neglect of his personal appearance and caring for his body. It is to be noted that it is not his outer behavior that decides his state of realization, but his knowledge and abidance in the truth. He may be highly efficient, dynamic, and well groomed in his appearance. On the other hand, he may be totally withdrawn from worldly pursuits, absorbed at all times in meditation, or seen enjoying worldly pleasures. A wandering mendicant, intoxicated in his knowledge,
Unmattavat.
unmatva, childlike, balavat, or behaving like an ignoramus person,
Jadavat.
jadavat.
Go ahead and read the next paragraph too.
The body is born for and sustained by pravarta karma, result of actions of the past fructifying in the present. Unless the same is exhausted, the body does not perish.
Yeah. Want to comment?
You go ahead.
So you can see the great masters like Gnaneshwar, they came for a cause, and after they finished it, I said, okay, finished at the age of 21 or 22, and he attained Samadhi. Same way Shankaracharya ji came, he said, my prarabdha is to teach this, and at the age of 32, leave. Even the 32 was not, actually his prarabdha was only 8 years. Okay. And with the blessings of the Guru, I'm sorry, the mother becomes 16. And then from 16, with the blessings of the Guru, it went up to 32 years so that he could continue to preach. But you take Ramanujacharya, he lived more than 100 years. So like that, each person's different. But so the person, because he's long-lived or short-lived, those things depend upon the body and for which the person prarabdha is. And when the prarabdha is over, body goes. The prarabdha is not for the Atman, prarabdha is for the body, mind, and the intellect. And so, how that person reacts while he is living depends upon his prarabdha. One might be living like a king, like Janak Maharaj, or like a royal priest in a royal court, or he might be what do you call mendicant. People think he's just a beggar. I still remember the story that there was a planned convention of these great Vedic masters planned in Kashi. So sent a message to CIF in Kerala saying, hey, we know there's a master there. Gave some name and a few indications, and he's there. So please get him and send him here for us for this convention. So in CIF, the people inquired all over the Ernakulam and all these areas, and they couldn't find any. So from the Kashi themselves, they sent a gentleman. After extensive searching, they found that man is resting under a bridge. Okay, he didn't have any ashram, didn't have a house or anything, and so they got him and they brought him to CIF and got him freshened up and clothes and all that, and they took him to Kashi for the convention. So like that, we don't never know. And the same way, there was a discourse that was going on, and the always a man who looked like a very ignorant guy used to come and sit in a corner and listen to the discourse. And one day, during the discourse, the speaker got a little confused in explaining one word. And so this man opened his mouth accidentally and said, "This is the interpretation of this word, this is the meaning." And so the speaker, with so much humility, he came down and did prostrations, and then, "Who are you?" So that man said, "No, it doesn't matter who I am. Now I am not, people know who I am. My prarabdha here is over." And so he disappeared the next day. So like that, great people who are there, but they don't want to show off. So, okay. And Madhu Kokkala here today? No. Mano Naidu, you want to read, Amma?
Yes. When we switch off the fan, it does not come to a complete halt immediately, but continues to rotate for a while. The duration of the rotation depends on factors like the speed before it was switched off and the lubrication in it. In the same way, even after gaining knowledge, switch off, the body does not cease but continues to live depending on the momentum of the prarabdha karma. Some say that realization is not possible as long as man is alive. That is not so, as in that case, we would never have a teacher who is a man of realization. Some others speculate that the body perishes as soon as one realizes. This too is unacceptable, as who would seek such a realization? Through time, we have known of enough masters who are realized and continue to guide their disciples for years thereafter.
Go ahead and finish it up, Amma.
Okay. The realized master is unaffected by the world or his body. He has destroyed even the habitual error of identification with the body. Such a person is called Yoga Arudaha, one well established in the truth. King Parikshit of Bhagavatam fame heard the knowledge from Sri Sukadeva and was well established in it. After the seventh day, the snake Takshaka bit him in accordance with the curse of the sage. He, however, had already risen above his body consciousness and had merged with the truth even before his body fell. Okay, what they're saying, I think the previous paragraph they're continuing about the prarabdha karma, that even after gaining knowledge, the body is not going to cease, because just like, similarity they're giving about when you switch off the fan, it's not going to stop rotating immediately. The body also continues to live depending on the momentum of the prarabdha karma.
Yeah.
And then some of the things that, some people say that are not really true or acceptable, like the realization is not possible until you die. And the second one is once you realize you will die. And these type of things are not acceptable because we have known enough masters who are realized are living and have guided the disciples for years together.
Right.
And the last one is talking about um, the realized master is not affected by the world or the body, and he has already destroyed even the habitual error of identifying with the body. So he is, that type of person is called yoga arudaha, one well established in the truth.
Right.
And they talked about the Parikshit of Bhagavatam fame, that he had this curse of Takshaka, snake Takshaka is going to come and beat him in 7 days, and he's going to die. So he goes to Sri Sukadeva, and then he tells, gives him the knowledge from Bhagavatam. And then even before the Takshaka bites him, he has already had the body consciousness. Above his body consciousness, he has risen and merged with the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. It's very beautiful sloka showing right after the prarabdha is over, he attains videha mukti, and but the uh, attachment to the body has already gone. Like in Vivek Chudamani beautifully Shankaracharya explains, is the prarabdha is for who? Prarabdha is for the body. And so the realized man, there's no, for the Atman, there's no, what do you call, prarabdha. So a Bhaddha Purusha thinks I am the body, and the Mumukshu is the one who wants to get, learn about his real nature, and then he becomes a sadhaka, and then becomes the Baddha, becomes a Siddha Purusha. So here the word bhajate is important. Normally bhajate, like in Bhajagovindam, he said, oh, pray, to worship. Uh, but it can also mean blessing. And here in this case, bhajate means gets attached. So na bhajate, don't get attached to this body or the world. So when identification with the body is gone, and then what about other things, that the world? So when I is gone, the world is also gone. They say prarabdham pushyati vapuhu iti nischitya nischalaha. So the body is taken care by prarabdha. I am not care. I am not going to worry about it. So that is the understanding of the such ultimate realized masters. So देहेऽपि दैववशगः खलु कर्म यावत् स्वारम्भकं प्रतिसमीक्षित एव सासुः तं सप्रपञ्चम् अधिरूढ समाधियोगः. So Swamiji elsewhere says, what is samadhi? It means samadhi means samadhiyate antakaranam iti samadhi. So, that in which the antakarana is absorbed in that atma tattva, that is samadhi. You are that samadhi, that you are that atma tattva. That is yoga rudaha. They one established in that state of atma tattva. So when you have no sankalpas, there is no mind. It's beautiful verses. So we'll go to one other thing. I think there's a verse from Bhajagovindam. Uh, what is the nature of that realized person. Shankaracharya says, Suramandhira तरुमूलनिवासः शय्याभूतलमजिनं वासः सर्वपरिग्रह सर्वपरिग्रहभोगत्यागः कस्य सुखं न करोति विरागः. The last sentence says, Kasya sukham na karoti viragaha. What kind of happiness, bliss does not the viraga or the dispassion does not give? This is, and so what happens? It lives under a tree and his bed is the earth and his dress is whatever that he get, like a deer skin or a lion skin or a ragged clothes. Okay. And he has given us for all attachments and comforts. And so what is his nature? Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihina yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandatyeva. Is outside, he might be completely absorbed in himself, or he might be absorbed in worldly pleasures. Okay? No attachment for anything. But only he whose mind steadily delights in Brahman enjoys bliss. Outside circumstances, that doesn't matter. So we'll go to the next one. Swamiji says, introduction, the Lord in the form of the celestial swan now reveals his true identity to instill faith in his teaching by responding to the simple question, who are you? So, if you remember, the first question the Sanat Kumar Brahmaji asked when Bhagavan came in the form of swan is, who are you? Okay. And so Bhagavan did not give a direct answer at that time. He says, only when there's duality, then the question of I and you comes. So you should be asking, there's no duality, and so you should be asking, who am I? Yes. So here, now after giving the Adhyatmic teaching, Bhagavan is revealing his real nature, who he is. मैतदुक्तं वो विप्रा मैतदुक्तं वो विप्या गुह्यं यत् साङ्ख्ययोगयोः गुह्यं यत् साङ्ख्ययोगयोः जानीतमागातं यज्ञं जानीतमागातं यज्ञं युष्मद्धर्मविवक्षया युष्मद्धर्मविवक्षया. Chant continuously. मयैतदुक्तं वो विप्रा गुह्यं यत् साङ्ख्ययोगयोः जानीतमागतं यज्ञं युष्मद्धर्मविवक्षया. Okay, I think Mano Naidu read. Is Maya Yadav here today? Not yet back from India. Muralidhar, you want to read, sir?
Yeah, Hari Om, yes. Maya Vayuktam, that which has been explained by me to all of you. Etat, this is. Vipraha, O Brahmanas. Yat Guhadyam,
Guhyam.
Guhyam, that which is secret. Sankhya Yogyoho, of Sankhya and Yoga, Jnana and Yoga. Janitaha, no. Angatma, me.
Agatam me.
I'm sorry, Agatam ma, me who has come to be. Yagyam, Vishnu. What is it?
Yushmad Dharma Vivakshaya.
Yushmad Dharma Vivakshaya, due to my desire to expound Dharma to you.
O Brahmanas, this knowledge of Sankhya and Yoga is a great secret explained by me to all of you due to my desire to expound Dharma to you. Know me to be the Lord incarnate Vishnu. Sankhya refers to the knowledge of the self and the means to attain it through the distinction between the real and the false, the consciousness and the inert, the seen and the seer, the seer and the seen. Having thus discriminated to absorb the mind in the self, the real, the conscious, the real, the consciousness, the seer is called yoga. This knowledge of Sankhya and yoga is a great secret, and not many get to hear it.
You want to comment?
Yeah, I think this concept of seer and seen comes in many places in the Bhagavad Gita, and also the Drisha Viveka, and ultimately, I think in the Jnana Yajna, the last 6 days, Swamiji had explained, saying that the consciousness can never be the Kshetra. It has to be always the Kshetra, and it has to be the seer.
Right.
So as long as we realize that ultimately everything is the consciousness, that is the only truth, then it makes us know that everything other than the consciousness is not real.
Right, right. Very nice. Let us see, let's go and finish it and then we'll discuss more detail. And Nag, you want to finish the next 2 paragraphs, sir?
Hari Om, sir. The Lord reveals himself as Yajna, the most worshipful, one who is worshipped through the act of worship. In other words, the altar of worship is Yajna. The scriptures say that which is Yajna is indeed Vishnu, the all-pervading Lord. The Lord wishes to reveal to his devotees the knowledge of the truth, as that alone is of primary importance in life. It is by knowing this alone that man is truly fulfilled. On gaining this knowledge, there remains nothing more to be known or gained. Hari
Want to comment?
No, sir, it is straightforward. Thank
you. So, like I said, on gaining this knowledge, there remains nothing more to be known. Any objective knowledge of the world, however the amount you learn, there is something more to learn. It doesn't give you fulfillment. Okay. Because there's always something more. But knowledge of the self, knowing that everything else is just an objective world, constantly changing and perishing, that the behind which there's the only thing that's present is that pure consciousness, awareness alone. Maya etad uktam. That which has been explained to me in all these verses, Bhagavan is telling, wow, vipraha. Oh, Vedabhyasis. So, Tejamananda Swamiji elsewhere says this person, anytime it is born, everybody is the Kshudras. Okay. Only he becomes a Dvija by samskara Dvija Uchyate. Only by the being initiated into the studies, he becomes a Dvija. And then Vedabhyasi becomes Vipraha. And then who is Brahmana? Brahman Janati Brahmana. So, real the definition of a Brahmana, ultimate meaning is the one who is a realized master, he only alone is Brahmana. And this knowledge is Guhyam. It is extremely secret. Meaning, we are all studying, how do you call it a secret? Because even if it is given to anybody, worldly people, they don't understand it. Either they laugh at it, oh, how can it be that I am God? How can it be I am Brahman? They laugh about it and they're not interested. Okay. So that way, it does not penetrate into the dull heads. साङ्ख्ययोगः जानीत मा आगतं यज्ञं युष्मद् विवक्षया. So, what is dharma? The, what is our real dharma? Like Bhagavan Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tva sarva papebhyaha moksha ishyami masuchaha. There the word dharma means stop identification with the dharma of the body, the dharma of the mind, dharma of the intellect, and okay, and abide in that knowledge that I am Brahman. So here, what is our nature? The realized person, that is moksha dharma. So the word yagnam is also very, very interesting word. Tejamada Swamiji elsewhere says the word yagna is a beautiful word indicating Advaita. In yagna, the action, the act of worship, okay, is called yagna. And the altar of worship, that means the person that you are worshipping, the Bhagavan, he is also called yagna. Because the scripture says, Yagno vai Vishnu. That yagna is nothing but that supreme Bhagavan himself. And yajati iti yagna. The person who is performing is also called a yagna. Okay. And the ijyate anena asau. The act of worship, okay, is also called yagna. So indicating complete Advaita. That's why when we, before we eat, we chant the thing, what you call,
Brahmarpanam
Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. The fire is Brahman, the person, the ladle is Brahman, the person who is making the offering is Brahman, the ghee that is offered is Brahman, okay. And the one who is offering, he becomes Brahman. Offering to who? You are offering it to Brahman. Everything is that Advaita. So, to reach that dharma, the dharma of my Atma dharma, we practice all the virtues. So, normally in Vyavahara, dharma means that which is virtuous living. So, all virtues when practiced, okay, makes your antakarana pure, and then you realize your real dharma, that is Atma dharma. And that is going to be explained in more detail in the next two verses. And so we will uh, see that in the next class. And we should be able to finish the subject in the next class. We might take a few more minutes longer, but we will finish it. Okay. Anybody want to comment?
Ravi, previous sloga, does it touch upon Sankhya Yoga?
Yeah, I'm glad
Is
you
there any
brought it up.
significance?
Okay. Chant that one. देहेऽपि देववशगः खलु कर्म यावत् स्वम्भकं प्रतिसभीक्षत साधुः. Where does the word Sankhya Yoga come?
On the sloka 38, Guruji.
38 मयैरक्तं विप्रागुह्यं यत् Sankhya-yoga-yoho. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up and I missed it. Anybody want to comment on it? So, Sankhya Yoga, the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called Sankhya Yoga. Okay. There, according to Shankaracharya ji, Sankhya Yoga means Gnana Yoga. Sankhya means Gnanam. And let me see if I. Another way other people interpret is Sankhya and Yoga are two different words. Sankhya means Gnanam, Yoga means Karma Yoga. So by the practice of Karma Yoga, one purifies oneself, and through Sankhya or Gnana, one attains the knowledge. Some people interpret it, that word Sankhya Yoga, as the philosophy of Sankhya, taught by, I forget the name of the,
Kapila Maharaj.
Kapila Muni. The difference between Sankhya Yoga and the Advaita Vedanta is, in Sankhya philosophy, there are two realities. One is the Ishvara, the other one is the Prakriti. Both are equally real. And they are interdependent to create this world. So the Prakriti cannot create, and the Brahman cannot create. Ishvara cannot create by oneself. And so by the combination of Prakriti and the Ishvara, this world is manifest. And another difference between the two is, in Sankhya Yoga, when you become realized, you become a pure jiva. There are numerous individual pure jivas. It's not that you become one with the total Brahman. And but according to our Advaita Vedanta, Sankhya Yoga means Gnana Yoga. Sankhya ite Gnanam. Anybody want to add to that? The actually Sankhya Yoga of Kapila Muni, the word, it got the name Sankhya because the word meaning of Sankhya is numbers. In Sankhya Yoga is where when you describe this world of creation, they say, oh, there is Maya, there are three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Okay, there are five elements, and there are five senses, there are five organs of action, there's four aspects of the antakarana, like that. The enumerate, all the enumeration is done in Sankhya Yoga. So Advaita Vedanta accepts all those things, and we use that. But the main ultimate difference between Sankhya Yoga and the Advaita Vedanta is that the Sankhya thinks that Prakriti is real, but Advaita Vedanta is Brahman alone is real. The other one is complete Maya, which is constantly changing and illusory.
Based on the definition that you could be right down.
Shobnama, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Say it, Amma.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Very feeble.
She might be still in India and she might be connecting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in this book, Sankhya Yoga, Swamiji says the path of knowledge and what you come to know by the path of knowledge by Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is Sankhya Yoga. Anybody else want to add anything? Okay. So let us see who is going to do the summary in the next class. Akilama did it now. Anjaneyulu, would you do it?
Okay, Raghuji.
Okay. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. So tomorrow, those who attend the Tuesday class, there will be no satsang because it is Masa Shivaratri, and also at 4 o'clock, a group of us have to go to that venue for the April 19th program to look at it and evaluate it. And so because of those two reasons, I won't be able to have the satsang. So we will meet again the following Tuesday. Okay. I'll send a message to the Pathas of Atlanta. Okay.
Okay.
But we'll have the next week, Monday and Tuesday, both classes we'll have. Okay.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Raghuji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Raghuji. Hari Om.
Hari
Thank
Om.
you. Thank you.
Glad you attended. Thank you.
Yeah.